everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys? Today I'll be reviewing Where Were You at Night, or in the original language, Onde Estiveste de Noite, by Clarice Lispector. Fun fact, she actually painted this. It's called Midnight Sun. Now, Kaia Pichkavina Lispector, also known as Clarice Lispector, disclaimer alert, I really tried to find a pronunciation guide to her name, couldn't find any, so it's not my fault. Was born in Ukraine on 9 December 1920. Later she moved to Brazil and became a short story writer, novelist, and journalist. Her most well-known works are The Hour with the Star, The Stream of Life, and The Chandelier. Before getting to this, there are two things you need to know. The first one is this is a collection of short stories, so there's not a plot. And the second one is there is not a linear sense of style. And this is not bad at all, it's just that it makes it a bit hard to review. Clarice's pieces are noted as hard to read and to understand because she does not follow proper grammar. She chooses her own pace and words, getting to the point where she could basically have a dictionary for her own meanings. So I'm afraid I won't be able to explain it as much as I want to, because no one can be right about this, and because I'm just a teenager dirtbag baby. Sorry, the title of the book, Where Were You at Night, is probably the most confusing thing I read in my entire existence. And I can't review it because the first time I read it I thought it was about a quote. And the problem is I still think it's about a quote, but I can't say that because, you know. I don't really want to talk about it because I think it's insane and I'll sound insane, so it won't be good. So I'll talk about other stories. My favorite ones were By Far, That's Where I'm Going, and Silence. And I'll talk quickly about them, and then I'll do a general commentary on the whole book and the author as well. That's Where I'm Going plays with the connections of the words and the meanings they establish. For example, how next to a year there's a sound. It kind of looks like those vocational tests if you squint, and I thought this was kind of clever. Yeah, but I really like it because after the beginning it starts to ask deeper questions, such as what is next to death, what is after death. And there's this passage, I quote, I am nothing. After death I will grow and scatter myself, and someone will say my name with love. It is to my poor name that I'm going. Like, what? I got literal shivers, I'm not joking. So freaking good. Silence talks about silence, of course, and how its phantasmagoric presence follows us like some sort of loneliness, but not quite. Like it leaves us with no proof and we are expected to have an answer for it. Like we're just expecting someone to slam the door shut or to hear the roars of the wind, but it demands nothing. It just stays there, this noiseless, shapeless silence in the corner of your mind, and sometimes you think that this amorphous being will turn to life, will appear in an unsaid word, in the honking of cars. And when you see it, you know, it's still a ghost. First, I would like to say that I'm really fond of the author because she's from my country, and I never felt this sense of closeness with the other authors I've reviewed. And also, there's one particularity about Clarice, is that her style is often classified as confusing. I dare say it should be also classified as a stream of consciousness, with the prime example of Virginia Woolf. Their style is frequently compared to, and I find this amusing because both of them are my inspirations, literally wise. Also, I find it hilarious because people say a lot that Clarice copied Virginia, but she told the press that she never even heard of her before publishing her first book. The thing I like the most about Clarice is that she can put the most awful words into the most beautiful sentences. She gets those words that are left unspoken and stuck on our throats and turn them into something raw and real. All of it is so full of her. Even though she is not the lyrical subject, you can sense that behind every sentence, that's her mind working. Only hers, no one else's. It's beautiful how the prose overflow with sentiment, how the rhythm goes and never turns back, never slows down. If you suddenly stop, it loses all of it. The music suddenly stops playing, the unsaid words remain unsaid, so you need to finish, you need to hear it. And after, you notice that all of it, all her short stories are connected to each other. The recurring themes, they come back, and it's so satisfying. Thanks for watching, folks, and that's it. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any book requests, please write them down in the comments. Bye!